Hello there, Ray here, and we are back here on the ProtoTech SMP server. And recently, one of the members put together a Secret Santa event. And if you're not sure how Secret Santa works, essentially every person who participates is given a Secret Santa. So there's a person out there on the server who is going to give them a gift, but it's secret, and that's who their Santa is. But every person also in turn is a person who is going to be given a gift to some of the members. So someone's going to give me a gift, and I don't know who it is, and I'm going to give someone else a gift. And I know who I'm going to be giving the gift to, so I can actually give a personal gift. So I'm out here at our Christmas tree, which hasn't moved for several years. And once we figure out what type of gift we're going to be giving to our person, we will put the gift in one of these boxes here. You can see they're all open. This is actually just a visual glitch. My right click button on my mouse is actually kind of messed up, and it's actually clicking twice. So when I try to open one of these, it will open them and close them really quickly. And then when you leave them, actually stay open, which is kind of funny looking. So oftentimes with a Secret Santa, you try to give kind of a more personal gift as you're giving to just one person, and you know who it's going to be. So let's go actually learn a little bit about who the person is that I will be giving a gift to. He actually has a project here on the server, so let's head over to one of his projects. It's over at the Quad Witch Perimeter. There it is, you can see it loading in. It's actually going to be a massive statue of a witch. And it's kind of like pixel for pixel, similar to the witches that are in Minecraft. So he has all his materials over here. And he said he was running kind of low on blue dye because he uses blue dye with the terracotta to make this blue terracotta, which is kind of this purplish color, which he uses quite a bit of, he says. And of course I asked him these questions without him actually knowing that I'm his Secret Santa. And it looks like a big chunk of this is made out of concrete as well as terracotta. But one thing he did say is that the hardest thing for him to get is the blue dye, as all the blue sources for this version come through lapis. So we can actually take a look at the lapis. And you have to take the lapis items and use it to dye the terracotta to make blue. There's no other blue dyes in this version. And the thing is, on ProtoTech, we actually try to save every single one of our ores as actual ore block instead of like fortuning them down into items. And that's just kind of a cool thing we like to do on the server, as the majority of all the items that you can get from ore blocks can actually be obtained from other sources. So there's like kind of an extra rarity in just keeping it in ore form. And we're hoping to do some pretty cool stuff with it. I know some of the members have some really nice ideas to do with all the ores we got on the server. We have some of them stored here, but yeah, not all of them will fit here. And some are out at other projects. You can see we've got the redstone, a lot of redstone ore, as well as we've got quite a bit of lapis ore too. None of it has been fortuned up. There's also diamond ore and even emerald ore, all mined, which is pretty crazy. And so that means we're kind of actually lacking in the individual ores, especially in stuff like diamonds, as most of these diamonds are actually obtained through just looting chests, which there's a chance of getting diamond items from. And members are also allowed to do their own mining of ores and fortuning down those ores. So keeping them as ore form only applies to the community gathered ores, not the personally mined up ones. So I know some of the members actually fortune down their own diamond ores to get these diamonds in here as well. Of course, you get like emeralds from villager trading. The gold nuggets as well as the gold ingots come from the pigment farm. And we have quite a few pigment farms on the server. The coal comes from a wither skeleton farm. Most of it is put into like coal blocks. And the same goes for the other ores. A lot of it's crafted up into the larger forms of blocks. Quartz is one of those things you really can't get through other means other than actually fortuning down the quartz ore. And there's even a sign that explains to members to use the RNG machine, which is a really cool machine that we came up with to use the RNG of Minecraft to trick it so we could always get the maximum amount of items out of each of the ores. So we could always get 4 quartz items out of every single one of these ores up here. And a couple of the members designed that up a couple years ago, and I think some of them have a video about it on their channels. And of course, iron you can get from like an iron farm. Now when it comes to lapis, the only way we can get blue dye is from lapis, and that's normally obtained from the lapis ore, but you can also get it from trading villagers. And the guy that I'm giving the gift to is Speedster. So let's see what's more viable for getting blue dye. Is it easier to trade villagers, or is it easier to mine for lapis ore and then use the RNG machine to get maximum amount of lapis items. So let's first head over to the villager island. This is where we have all our villagers currently, moving everything that doesn't have to be in the overworld into the end dimension. So most of this here at Villager Island will actually be rebuilt in the end dimension. So underneath Villager Island, we have all the villagers. We went through and captured almost every single perfect villager with all the perfect trades, and they're just over here. There they are. And somebody also name tagged them, so they tell you what their perfect trade is. But we're looking for one to sell us lapis. And we even have a 1.8 cleric. These guys are unique. Back when they used to sell you Eyes of Ender right off the bat, so you wouldn't have to go to the nether dimension in order to go to the end dimension. But you can see this guy also sells lapis. So over here we have some like extra guys in case we have like replica perfect guys, or we have some that are really close to being perfect. Sometimes we just throw them over here. And one of the guys we have over here is this guy. He's almost a perfect cleric. One of our kind of long-term goals is to get perfect villagers, meaning that every single one of their trades, they will buy your stuff at the highest price as well as sell stuff to you at the lowest price. So you guys might not know, but actually the background of my computer desktop is a chart of all the villagers and their best trades for 1.12, because that's the version we were playing in. So here we can actually see that the best trade that the cleric will do is sell you 2 lapis for 1 emerald. And that's what both of our villagers here do. The nice thing about this cleric is that his other prices are fairly low and reasonable. So if we want to reset his trades, we can give him something like rotten flesh or gold. And since that's the lowest amount, we can hold more in our inventory for every time we trade him. We're here at 0x's gold farm. This is the one he did his video about. And I grabbed a bunch of gold bars, but I see someone is also making a ton of golden carrots over in this chest. Oh, this one. All these shulker boxes are full of golden carrots. Someone must really like those. Okay, I think we know who it was. I think Kika looks like crafted almost 70,000 golden carrots. That is pretty darn insane. But I also noticed with his design, he's destroying all the rotten flesh. So I don't know if I can look up in here. Yeah, like if there's so much in there, it's going to drop it into the flames. If we need a lot of it, I'm going to have to probably go to a different gold farm or wither skeleton farm or something to get more of it. That's a good start for now. Let's go grab the emeralds, which is the main thing what we'll need to actually purchase the lapis. We're here at the trading pit where we have 2 farmers and they have some perfect trades which make it really nice to get emeralds out of them. And we got this whole system hooked up to all our different crop farms. So this one over here is carrots. I think this one's carrots too. And then we got pumpkins here. And then we got potatoes. This one over here is wheat. We also brought over some melon blocks over from the melon block farm in the end dimension. We got a lot of those. So we should be good to go to trade them. We got 2 guys so we can switch between them. So it gives time for the other one to refresh. And there's a little trick to trading with these guys, and I've shown it quite a few times on the streams. I'll show you guys how you can quickly trade these guys in 1.12. So I'm gonna get everything set up and then I will be right back. So I like to put all the different types of tradables down on the bottom. Then I just use my number key to put them up here, and then I will shift click each of them and move down the line. And then once I get to the end, I will then go all the way back to the front and then put this one in the front slot. So this goes back to 1. And if you want to, you can like leave this villager and then click onto this villager. Now the melon blocks I'm mostly just using for resetting. And the pumpkin trade is perfect, which isn't actually the easiest to use because with sets of 8, if you put the pumpkins in there and you shift click them, you use up all your pumpkins and then you don't have any slots here for them to go back into. And that's the importance of using this method, is to have each item in each slot. That way the items on the ground that are coming from these dispensers can end up filling up the slots when they're not completely full. And just remember before you leave the trade to make sure you have all the different types of items in your hotbar. So press the 2 button, then a shift click, and then the 3 button, shift click, 4 button, shift click, 5 button, shift click, and I can repeat it. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty much how you trade really fast. Of course, with the dispensers, they're always going to help you refill your stuff. So I did a bunch of trading. I actually used up all the wheat that was in the storage. I didn't go through all of the carrots or potatoes. And the pumpkins I mostly use just for resetting. So over here is the chest with all the emeralds I got from these guys. A lot of emeralds. I'm actually wondering how much trades I have. So there is the scoreboard on the side comparing the top 16 players. And this is a statistic for traded with villagers. So I'm saying about 14,700. There's also a statistic for just talking with villagers. And that's just when you like open up their GUI here, but you don't necessarily do any trades with them. There's actually quite a few members that have more trades than me, which is pretty crazy. As I think I did some pretty long sessions of trading in the past, but most of the time I'm looking for perfect villagers, so I'm not doing like farmer trades. I'm mostly just opening up their trades, seeing if they have anything useful, and then either saving them or killing them. I should see how I rank for talked to villagers. So there's the statistics. I'm in second place actually for talk to villagers. Kika is about 5,000 villagers ahead of me. That's pretty crazy. But the actual like trading for emeralds, that's pretty intense. I actually started kind of losing focus just doing these trades here. But I think we got plenty of emeralds to buy a lot of lapis for Speedster. So we're here at our cleric, who's almost perfect. And for every emerald we give him, he'll give us 2 lapis. And of course, for every lapis he uses, he can dye up to 4 of the terracotta. So let's see how much lapis we can get him. I think I might kind of stand here. That way when I close his like GUI, the items will kind of fall near him. And then I should be able close enough to pick them up. And we also got our shulker box that is full of gold as well as rotten flesh to reset the trades in case we have any of that occurring. We can also do some other things to reset the trades. If we wanted to, we could buy redstone, but we have plenty of that. We also have a choice of ender pearls, glowstone, but way back here we have bottles of enchanting. And this is the lowest price, so what we'll probably do is try to get these, because this is the only way you can get these in the game. And then if we still lock up, then we'll go ahead and do like the rotten flesh and gold. So let's see how much lapis. Our emeralds to purchase some lapis, and that is it. This is all the lapis we have acquired. We also got a whole bunch of enchanting bottles. We got 2 stacks and 17. Let's see how much lapis we actually got. So we got 21 stacks and about a half a stack of lapis. That is pretty successful. But in this version, it don't matter if you trade villagers or you go out and mine lapis ores. Both of them are pretty boring. I can't wait till we get 1.14 villagers where I show you guys how you can actually farm up lapis while just AFK, which is really nice. Now, I could have used 2 villagers to kind of switch between the downtime of them refreshing their trades. That might have sped it up, but my fingers were actually getting pretty tired of just clicking with 1 villager. But this should last us quite a while, so let's take this over to where Speedster is working on his big witch. Actually, what we'll probably do is we will put all this lapis in a chest underneath of the Christmas tree. So the Christmas tree is right over here, and Let's find a box that is not occupied. I think there's some signs in here. We'll take one. Some other people do some gifts. Just says camp. That's not very descriptive. Here's one for Johnny. It's a notepad. So it's for cursed. So it looks like I'm not the first one to finish my gift. And this Secret Santa event was organized by camp. So that was nice of him to get everybody's name. So what I think I'll do, I'll put down 2 Speedster. And of course you want to do from Santa. Now, I don't want to tell Speedster that his gift is here underneath the tree. Otherwise, he will know that it is me. Let's go ahead and put those in there. But what I'll do is I'll tell Camp, since he organized the event, and then he can inform Speedster that his gift's here. And I know he'll really enjoy his gift, as he wasn't looking forward to collecting the lapis needed to finish off his humongous witch at the Quad Witch Perimeter. And I haven't seen my name on any of these chests, so my Secret Santa hasn't did my gift yet. So we'll probably see what that gift is when it does come. You guys can look forward to that in another episode. But I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me as I have fun in survival. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.